What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over all of the players that we do know are coming tomorrow in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, talking about whether they are worth picking up for your squad or not. Now, I do briefly want to say, as far as like the Dark Matter James Harden, we don't know what James Harden's stats are going to look like. We don't know what his animations are going to look like. If he does get updated SIGs, the card's going to be absolutely outstanding. But as far as Carmelo, as far as Andrei Kirilenko, as far as Christ Bosh, these are all cards that are in the game. Same thing with Tim Duncan. So we already know their stats, know what their badges are going to be like. For more in-depth, talking about them, that will be tomorrow morning. But again, if you want to, go in the hidden gems section and you will be able to see exactly what these cards do indeed look like. Now, sweetness drop. I honestly like this card art. Now, this is like the reason I kind of really do like this is look, it's something different that is brought into the game. You know, we haven't seen a content drop like this, with the sweetness drop, candy themed in ever, I don't think, in my team. So I do like that. I'm eager to see, what the budget cards look like tomorrow, but it also is going to be interesting. Over the course of time, we have seen the prices of Galaxy Opals get cheaper and cheaper, and I do think we will continue to see that moving into the future. Now, again, I could be wrong on that, but as time has went on, we have seen opals or opals get cheaper and cheaper, and hopefully that trend does continue tomorrow. Now, as far as AK, as far as Mel, as far as Tim Duncan, Christ Bosh, I think all of them are going to be elite. AK, I really like his release. I don't know if anybody can slander AK. His release is fantastic. For Carmelo Anthony, he's got Melo base on quick, normal leaner, D-book dribble style. His player build's going to be pretty solid as well. Now for Tim Duncan, I think he's really solid as well. I've used Tim Duncan quite a bit. His release is solid, 87 speed, really solid defensively, 17 Hall of Fame badges for the card. Christ Bosh, not quite as good as Tim Duncan in my opinion, but he stretches the floor really well, 6'11", gonna knock down shots. And I do believe, I'm gonna say this might be a bold take, I think James Harden has what it takes to possibly be the best point guard in my team come tomorrow. Now, I do think he's going to be slightly overpriced. I don't think he's going to be worth his price. However, I think if you get James Harden, you are probably going to ultimately like the card. I would love nothing more than loading up tomorrow and being able to get a grind for one of these cards that, you can get. However, that's just not the situation. James Harden is going to be 2 million coins. The Galaxy Opals are going to be insanely expensive. And it's just, I think that's what really, what really hurts. This game right now is a lot of these good cards just feel like not accessible right now. Like even for me, James Harden is the card that I'm probably like the most excited about. Obviously, he's the only new card coming tomorrow. But you got to limit your expectations because the card is not going to be attainable for the average person. It's kind of like the same thing, that we have seen in the past. Like if you like Dark Matter MJ, for example, I don't necessarily gas him very much or too often because the card's not accessible. You are not going to be able to get the card and run him. It's not going to happen. And so that is something that we have seen recently, is just a lot of these cards being not accessible, which just hurts kind of the hype behind them in my personal opinion. So hopefully heading into tomorrow, these cards, at least for the opals, do go down in price. I do think that is important when we are talking about not only these specific cards, but for the future of my team. I think it's important that cards don't get too high in price. If they do, obviously, the accessibility falls. And again, I told you guys this. I would love nothing more than to be able to like grind for a Galaxy Opal tomorrow. Like even if you were able to grind for a free Galaxy Opal card and it was like a random option, or not an option pack, but a random pack between those four, I think people would like that. Or even give people a grind for an option pack that's a long grind. But my thing is, like, all four of these Galaxy Opals are good, not great. And if you got an option pack, an option pick, that would hype up the community a ton. And for the people that want James Harden, they're still going to open a ton of packs. I just think those are the types of things that we do need in the game. Obviously, I don't expect it. It's not going to happen. But I think those things could improve, just kind of the way that this game is right now, with it being all basically packs. all basically pay to win. So again, when you do look at this set, we are going to see more cards tomorrow. So I'll have my Worth It coming out in the morning, in which we'll break down all of their stats, all of their badges, all of their animations, and then just dive a little bit deeper into each specific card. How good are they? And exactly what they do give you on the floor. So again, you know, this video is just kind of a talking about exactly what we were going to be seeing. A couple of years ago, I would have been super excited about getting James Harden, genuinely. Like a point guard that can be a 300 that might get a, you know, his release updated. I would be super excited about James Harden come a couple of years ago. But we're in a new time in my team. Like, cards are not accessible like they once were. It's just sad considering where this game once was. But it's what we have, you know, and it's not probably going to change, at least here in the near future. So you got to take it for what it is worth. Sweetness coming tomorrow. James Harden, if you get him, is I honestly do think his release will get slightly updated, slightly buffed. And if that happens, I do believe he is going to be one of the best, if not the best point guard in the entire game, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And again, like I said, for the opals, I have no issues with any of the opals. I actually like all of the opals that are coming out tomorrow. I think all of them can play at an extremely high level and can definitely help you guys compete and win as well. So that's just kind of where I'm at with things as far as this drop is concerned. I think this is a good drop, but it's just, I think it loses a lot of hype when it comes down to just knowing that these cards just probably are not going to be accessible for the majority of people that do load up and play this game. So that's just kind of my brief thoughts on this drop. I do like James Harden. I think offensively he's going to be elite. Melo offensively is going to be elite. D-Book dribble style release on quick. Player build's going to be okay for Melo as well. For AK-47, defensively going to be one of the best overall small forwards in the game. Release is super quick, almost too quick for Andrei Kirilenko. Tim Duncan gives you a little more defense than Christ Bosh, but to be honest, I like both Christ Bosh and Tim Duncan at that power forward position. I think both of those cards are absolutely elite for what they are. But for me, that is going to wrap it up for our video today. Sweetness dropping tomorrow. I think the most exciting part about this content coming tomorrow is the card art. I really like the card art. Obviously, James Harden is going to be elite. He's just not going to be accessible for the average person. But for the Galaxy Opals, you got a lot of really solid cards. And I like that. I like that. You know what? If tomorrow you do open packs and you do open and get a Galaxy Opal, you're getting a good card. I like that. I think that is something that is a step in the right direction. Hopefully next Tuesday, we see all good diamonds so you can grind for a good card as well. But that's going to wrap it up. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.